Good evening, Hurricane fans. You are looking live at a beautiful Wren Hurricane Baseball field and park for tonight's region matchup. Second game of a three-game series between our visitors from Greenwood, the Emerald Vikings, and your Wren Golden Hurricanes. The Hurricanes enter tonight's game at 7-1, but more importantly 1-0 in region play, having defeated the same Vikings on Monday night 13-2. This is not the Golden Pipes of Blake Miller. This is Athletic Director Stan Yarborough, along with engineer Austin Tripp and the best cameraman in the world, Mr. Ethan Mayfield. Emerald comes into tonight's matchup at 3-4 and 0-1. On the mound for the Hurricanes is number 12, Jake Hart, who picked up the win last Thursday at Palmetto. Junior, went several innings, pitched pretty well. See if he get us off to a good start tonight. Leading off for the Vikings is their quarterback and shortstop, Mr. Blake Height. Uh-oh, he burned us there. Ball to the wall in left field. He's looking to Bo Height there, 2 for 2 on Monday night with a run scored. Like I said, he's also the was a shortstop and quarterback for the Viking football team. Eli Swansea's up next. He was 0 for 1 on Monday night with a base on balls. Emerald with the LSU looking purple and gold. I've often said that I think LSU has some of the best looking colors in college sports. Vikings look sharp tonight. Of course, Hurricanes in their traditional all-white pinstripes and new hats this year. Swansea showing bunt. Hart steps off, chase the runner back to second. Beautiful sun splashed March night, around 80 degrees when I was pulling into the park. I'm sure we'll pay for this the month of April. The weather will probably turn cold in time for the Masters in a couple of weeks. Speaking of the Masters, the field looks like Augusta National. They do such a wonderful job. Coaching staff, Coach Thompson. Ball 2, missed down low. Miss low again. Hart went 4 2/3 innings last week against Palmetto, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 strikeouts and 1 base on balls. Little mound visit maybe to kind of settle down Jake. Might have to go get his Titleist hat. You know, we see him around school every day wearing his golf hat. We might need to get that on his head. Called strike there, 3-1. Of course, the Hurricanes come into this game on a 3-game winning streak, having swept the Mustangs last Thursday and Saturday. Of course, Saturday's game at Fluor Field. Pop up, heads up. Ooh. Young lady from Greenwood almost took one in the noggin there. Makes the count 3-2, nobody out. Hyde at second with a leadoff double for the Vikings. Foul back. Appreciate the young fan there from Spearman Elementary bringing the ball back to us. 3-2. Pressure situation early here for Mr. Hart. Pop up. Grayson Austin calls him off. 1 out. Had a way to work it out there, Jake. Brings up the left fielder, number 14. Colson Marino. I believe they just announced that he's the starting pitcher tonight. He was the left fielder on Monday. Went 0 for 3. Whew, we almost had him there, Austin. He was leaning, going to third. See if they got something on here. Jake stepped off, but we just didn't have anybody at the bag to throw it. You see there, our softball teams also play in Emerald this week with an 18-0 4-inning victory last night. The same two teams will be in action tomorrow night at home at Coach Lynn Hicks Field. Weather doesn't look as good for tomorrow night, but hopefully we'll be able to get it in. I think we've got soccer tomorrow night against Emerald. The boys are at home, the girls are on the road. Of course, Emerald is on their spring break, I think this week and next week, so that always creates some interesting challenges for the student athletes and their families. Fly ball to center field. Carson Bryant with a great catch and an unbelievable throw to hold the runner back at second. What a play by Carson Bryant. He used that 21.8 catapult speed to track that ball down. 2 outs. Runner stuck at second. Number 15, Trace Meredith, former golfer for the Emerald Vikings, if I remember correctly. I know his dad used to be the golf coach there for a while. Looked like something off speed there. Austin got him a swing and a miss, 0-1. Trace was 0 for 2 with a base on balls. Tucker Meredith, excuse me, I think Trace was the brother. This is Tucker Meredith. So I think it was his brother that played golf for the Vikings back in the day. As many of you know, in my previous life, I used to be a golf coach. Great friendships and relationships with the folks down at Emerald High School and Greenwood Country Club. Always good to see those guys. I saw his dad before the game. Ball in the dirt. Height's going to make it the third on the, probably score that as a wild pitch. Counts 2-1, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Another off-speed pitch there by Jake. Meredith, first baseman on Monday night. Another ball in the dirt. Great stop there by Connor. Three and 2. Runner down at third. I think that's going to draw a walk there for Mr. Meredith. Brings up number 5, Finn Howard. I think they said he was the third baseman. Every ticket, good. Had a good crowd tonight at the middle school soccer game. Love to see that. What was the score, buddy, when you went over there? 1-0. Hurricanes or Palmetto? Yeah. Beautiful night for some spring sports. Our track team is in action over at T. Hanna. Middle school soccer here going on behind us. Swing and a miss. Jake's got himself in a little first and third 2-out jam here in the top of the first. Breeze starting to pick up here at Hurricane Field. The hurricane warning flags blowing behind us. Swing and a miss there. 0-2. Jake's gone to that off-speed pitch here the last couple of batters. So he's 0-2. See what he can work up here. Great crowd of Hurricane fans here tonight. I think they called a balk, so that'll bring the runner home. Bo Height will score after the leadoff double. Runner at second, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Just a mental mistake there. Vikings out to an early 1-0 lead. Top of the first, 2 outs. Runner at second. See if we can work out of the jam. Throw back. Oh, and he caught him out. Great pickoff move there. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. Hurricanes due up. They get 1 hit and 1 run. Nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the first on a beautiful Wednesday night here in Piedmont, South Carolina.
Lumber, now hiring Pittsburgh area manager trainees. Apply today and receive an $840 signing bonus.
Transportation partner that's got it all? Choose Compass for seamless international and domestic freight solutions. Need full truckload, LTL, LCL, FCL, or air freight cargo moved? No problem. Choose Compass. Trust Compass Logistics, Inc. to handle your imports, exports, and domestic shipments with speed, precision, and value. Compass Logistics, Inc., where your cargo meets its destination with ease.
You wanted it.
Welcome back to the bottom of the first. Due up first for the Hurricanes should be Max Whitfield. Had a good game Saturday at Fluor Field and then went 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and a base on ball on Monday night. On the mound for the Vikings, number 14, Colson Marino. Max Whitfield, left fielder, due up. Puts the ball in play up the middle. It's going to be a close play, and he's safe. He beats it out. The second baseman kind of bobbled it a little bit, but Max, of course, has got great speed. I don't know what's going on with the game changer. I was trying to see if they scored that a hit or an error. I would score it a hit. Oh, they scored it an error. Tough crowd over there. It was scored an error. Fly ball to right field. I think it's going to go foul. Bounces into the practice area. Grayson Austin batting second tonight. A little lineup change, Austin, for the Hurricanes. Grayson was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. Had 2 doubles on Monday night. Uh-oh. They got us in a rundown. First out of the inning.
Hey, you get a big lead, you know it's coming over.
Vikings catch us napping there and caught us off base. First out of the inning. 0-1 count. Shortstop, number 6, Grayson Austin up the bat. Big rip, scatters the Viking dugout over there. 0-2. Got to battle a little bit here. Base hit to left field. See how they score that. That was a hard hit ball. They scored a single. That runner getting picked off on first really hurts now. 1 down. Connor Johnson, 2 for 3 on Monday night with 2 RBI. Senior catcher, committed and signed with Lander. Great young man, involved with FCA at the school. Real leader on this ball club as the catcher, of course, but as also a senior. Grayson getting a decent sized lead here at first. One out here, runner at first. Canes down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. They throw over. We're going with the ACC Network single camera action tonight. Of course, our man Ethan on the camera. Ball hit up the middle. That's going to be a single for Connor. Grayson stumbles. Uh-oh, we're going to have a play at third. Connor advances to second on the throw, so it'll be a single, and then he'll advance to second. So now we got something cooking here, just like these burgers behind us, Austin, that smell pretty good up here in the Cajun Cafe tonight. We got the Whitfield Wincop Cajun Cafe here. We added the grill tonight. We'll add the blue smoke later this season. Big Coop Sanders was 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 2 runs batted in, including a homer. We've shared it on social media. If you haven't seen it, go check out our X feed. The old folks call it Twitter. The young kids call it X. But Coop hit a bomb. I believe he hit one last Thursday at Palmetto too, and then one Monday at Emerald. Ball in the dirt there, 1-0. Ball hit to the right fielder. Grayson's going to tag and score with no problem. Our runner for the catcher advanced to third. I'm not quite sure who that is over there. maybe Gage Knight, and it looks like number 8. So we've got 2 down, runner at third. Number 5, Colin McCaffrey, 3 for 4 with a run scored and 3 RBI on Monday night. 2 doubles. Senior signee with the Erskine Flying Fleet here. 1-0. Oh, what a play by Bo Height to rob us of a run. So Hurricanes leave 1 at third. We do pick up a couple base hits. We do even the score up here as we head to the top of the second. Beautiful night here in Piedmont, South Carolina. 1-1.
You want your day to be perfect, whether it's your wedding, prom, pageant, or homecoming. Demetra Designs understands. Voted best in the upstate, Demetra Designs is the upstate's largest full-service bridal emporium, featuring top designers for pageant, homecoming, and prom. Offering the selection of a major city retailer. From hair to makeup to photos, Demetra is committed to making all eyes turn when you enter the room. Visit our website right now. Print your instant Demetra formal wear savings coupon. Demetra Designs Bridal Emporium, Pleasantburg Drive, Greenville.
Welcome back. Top of the second here. Canes Baseball presented by Team Wise Choice. Looks like we're back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings. Actually, I'm sorry. We're I can't tell. Is that number 5 there at the bat for the Vikings? Mr. Howard. He was 0 for 2 with a strikeout on Monday. Finn Howard. I think he's playing second base tonight. He was their pitcher of record on Monday night. Jake Hart up to 21 pitches so far. Gave up a hit and a run in the first inning. Did he hit him there? I was looking at the box score. Hit by pitch. Let's see. Well, they called it a walk on the game changer. Sorry, I was looking down at the stats. Number 9, Polly. Aaron Polly. Played third base on Monday night. I believe he's playing third base again tonight. He was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Second inning in a row that the Vikings get the leadoff man on, which is just putting stress on our pitching staff and our defense. 1-1 here. Ball in the dirt. Jake's going to the off-speed stuff here. The old crafty veteran there, the right-hander, junior. 27 pitches so far tonight. Looks like he missed up high, makes it 3-1. Nobody out here in the top of the second. 1-1 ball game. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Called strike. 3-2. See if the Vikings do anything over there on the base pass. Maybe a little hit and run action. Of course, Coach Mackite, athletic director and baseball coach for the Vikings. They do send the runner. Double play, a little strike him out, throw him out. Coach Hyde is not happy with that call. The right fielder. Number 1, Ethan Metz. Do not think he played on Monday night. I don't see him on the stat sheet. 2 outs now. That really is beneficial to the pitcher there to get a double play. Swing and a foul ball. 1-1, 2 outs here, the top of the second. Jake up to 32 pitches now, according to our friends at Game Changer. Ball 2. It says 2-0 on the scoreboard, but I believe it's 2-1. Three and 1. Three and 2. Looks like we got some action in the Hurricane bullpen. A lefty, number 22. That would be David Whitmore. Called strike 3. So the Vikings, no hits, no runs, nobody left as we head to the bottom of the second. A beautiful night, Piedmont, South Carolina. If you're riding around, come on out to the ballpark. We got some burgers going on. We got some beautiful baseball weather. Makes you think opening days right around the corner. Actually, if you don't count Japan, of course, where I think they opened up the series. But we'll be back. Going to the bottom of the second. Hurricanes tied 1-1. Leading us off here, number 33, sophomore Matthew Casey. Hit a grand slam earlier in the Yellow Jacket Invitational. I believe it was the first game of the season against the Bears of BHP. Leads us off here in the bottom of the second in a 1-1 ball game. A big righty for Emerald. Misses inside. Marino. Faced 5 batters in the first inning. Hurricanes are able to scratch across a run. 3-0. 3-1 here. Marino's only thrown 13 pitches so far. Called strike 2. Of course, you know, with this new 3-game series, that's really going to put a lot of stress on your bullpen and your starting pitching. You know, it's something to get used to. Foul ball. Heading over towards the soccer field. Jack King Field looking beautiful tonight in the setting sun. 3-2, nobody out here. Bottom of the second. First leadoff batter. He pops it up. Shortstop calls him off. Height. Pop out by Mr. Casey. Carson Bryant up next. He was 2 for 4 with a run scored on Monday night. Made a great play in the outfield earlier in the game. Of course, the Vikings ended up scoring their run on a balk call with 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 1 out. Burgers look delicious there up here in the Cajun Cafe. The Whitfield Wincop Cajun Cafe here. Looking at scores around the area, Clemson's up 6-0 on the Citadel in a midweek series. Of course, Austin, I know you keep up with college baseball. There were quite a few upsets last night with East Tennessee State knocking off the Volunteers, and I think Mercer knocked off Florida State. So, ground ball up the middle, base knock for Carson Bryant. He'll get a single. Of course, with his speed, there's always a threat of a stolen base there. Second baseman, Mr. Shep Wincop, up next. He had 2 RBIs on Monday night with one hit. Shows bunt. He's going to pull back. They've done that a few times this year where he shows bunt and then slashes. See if the Hurricanes have something on with Carson's speed there at first. Foul ball. 1-1. On deck for the Hurricanes is Bolton Pritchard. That was close, but Hurricanes get the call. One out here, runner at first. Carson takes off on a hit and run. That's going to end up foul. 1-2. Junior second baseman, number 2, Shep Wincop up at the plate. Marino's thrown 23 pitches so far, 14 for strikes. The Viking fans thought that was another strike. I don't know where it missed, but we get the call, 2-2. Throw back to get Carson back to first. See if Hurricanes put Carson in motion here. He gone. Base knock to right field. And with Carson on the move, he advances to third. Now we got it first and third with one out. Senior number 3, third baseman Bolton Pritchett up the plate. 1 for 3 on Monday night. Of course, the Hurricanes collected 17 hits Monday and 12 RBI in a 13-2 victory in an important region opener. I've talked to some athletic directors this week, and they said our region's probably the strongest, definitely in the upper state, but maybe in the state, 1 to 5. There's going to be, every night's going to be a tough matchup. Of course, the other big series this week is Lawrence and Westside. Their game 2 tonight, I believe, is at Westside. Westside won 8-4. I think Lawrence pitchers had 10 walks and they made 5 errors, is what somebody told me this morning. That was kind of a surprise based on the preseason rankings. Of course, Westside won their season opener tournament down in Columbia, so they're off to a hot start. We'll see the Westside Rams after spring break. Looks like it's 4-1 in the second inning over in Anderson. Fountain Inn and Powdersville in a showcase game, non-region. 2 good teams there. I think Fountain Inn split their series with Daniel, is what I was told last week. Of course, Greenville County on spring break this week, so Fountain Inn stepping out for a little non-region action. Vikings call time. Coach Height goes out there to talk to his pitcher. 28 pitches, 17 strikes, 8 batters faced. This is the 9th man in our lineup. Counts 1-1. Of course, you see the Lady Hurricane softball team with 2 wins this week, 5-3 on the year, including region opener 18-0 last night at Emerald. They play again tomorrow night at home. Coach Lynn Hicksfield, come on by. We'll have some soccer against Emerald, the boys varsity team and JV, and then the softball game going on. 2-1. Bolton shows bunt. Balk. Oh, that's a balk. There's some discussion here. The umpires up here agree with me in the Cajun Cafe that it was a balk, but I don't know baseball that well to know. Coach Height is not happy about something. There's some disagreement here. Coach Height is not happy. Not quite sure what the call is. I don't think they called a balk. Oh, yeah, they did. Carson's going to score, and the runner's going to move up. Shep's going to move to second. That gives the Hurricanes a 2-1 lead here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Two to 1 count. Breeze starting to pick up here. Beautiful night for some baseball. Marino worked the inning and a third, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Of course, both teams have scored on a balk. I didn't have that on the bingo card for tonight. Foul ball. Bolton takes a good rip at it. That makes the count 3-2 now. Runner at second, 1 out here. Bottom of the second. Hurricanes just got across the go-ahead run here. "31 pitches so far for Mr. Marino. 18 of those have been strikes. Fouled off. Couldn't have asked for a better night of some high school baseball in March especially. 3-2. Misses down low. That'll give Mr. Pritchett a 90-foot pass to first base here. We got runners at first and second with one down, and the lineup will flip back to the top. Max Whitfield reached on an error. I would have said it was a hit, but I'm not the official score. It was a hard hit ball for sure. He barreled it up. Second baseman kind of bobbled it. Max used his speed to get to first. Official score called it an error. Of course, Coach Thompson always has the right to go back and review it at the end of the night and make any changes. Foul tip there. Good rip by Max. Of course, Max leading off this year for the Hurricanes, batting, playing left field. Big part of our football success this year at receiver. Had a good game Saturday at Fluor Field. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Max, little check swing. Runners at first and second here, bottom of second, one out. 1-1 count. See if we can put some balls in play again. Of course, we had 17 hits on Monday night. Marino up to 36 pitches now. Nobody warming up in the Viking bullpen just yet. Swing and a miss. Runners take off and advance. That'll move two in the scoring position for us. 2-2 the count, one out here. Bottom of the second. Of course, Shep reached on a single. Bolton reached on a walk. Max with a 2-2 count. 0 for 1 on the night, one an error. Off speed pitch, misses down low. Full count here. Marino's thrown 21 strikes and 16 balls. The only walk he gave up was to Bolton in the last at bat. Make it 2 in a row. We'll take the free 90s to load them up for a shortstop, number 6, Grayson Austin. Grayson with a single in the first inning. And then later scored on a sacrifice fly by Coop Sander. Grayson was hot on Monday night, 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Bases are loaded with one down here in the bottom of the second. Grayson fouls that one off. 0-1. Fly ball to center field. Shep will tag and score. Hurricanes are able to manufacture a run there. So the ball comes back to hurt the Vikings again because Shep advances second and then stole third. Connor Johnson, senior catcher up. He's 1 for 1 with a single in the first inning. Hurricanes have 4 hits, 3 runs scored on 4 hits. Vikings are 1 run on 1 hit and an error. Still have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Base knock into the gap. That should score at least 1. They're going to hold Max at third. Good throw by the center fielder. Makes the score 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. Runners at second and third. We got Gage coming in to pinch run for the catcher. Coop Sanders is up. He's no official at bats because he got the sacrifice fly in the first inning. With an RBI. 4-1 here. Starts him off, a little off-speed action there. 0-1. Coop, of course, hit a tank on Monday night. Little Ric Flair in the center field. 2 more Hurricanes will score. It'll look like a line drive on the box score when we post those stats in the morning. Hurricanes move up to a 6-1 lead on 6 hits. Coop with his 3rd RBI tonight. Senior, number 5, right fielder, Colin McCaffrey's up next. Question about the scorebook there with the game changer. Coach Height coming out for the mound visit. The Vikings had a righty in the bullpen warming up. It's going to make the Bell South call to the bullpen. We'll take a little break here ourselves. A Trammell and Mills timeout. Hurricanes lead 6-1 in the bottom of the second. Pitching change time for the Vikings.
A 30-second commercial isn't a lot of time to tell you that. It's about time you got the care you deserve. You'll always feel heard by your doctor, never hurried. No unanswered questions, no brief conversations. Just the personalized care that's right for you. So, although this commercial is almost over, we'd love to continue the conversation. Because the more time that our doctors dedicate to you means more time for you to do the things you love. CenterWell Senior Primary Care. It's about time.
Is your current home cramping your style? Or maybe your nest has become too empty? Selling a home on your own can be frustrating and confusing. Not to mention all that paperwork. Don't lose sleep stressing over selling your home. Glenn and Alicia Klinger serve the greater Greenville, South Carolina market and will help you get your home sold and find a new one that best fits your list of wants and needs. you can spend your time dreaming of your next home.
The Vikings making the Bell South call to the bullpen. Right-hander, number 8, Thomas Hodges in the game. Of course, Marino still responsible for the runners at first base, or the runner, at first base. He went 1 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and a balk to give us a run scored. So the Hurricanes have put up 5 in the bottom of the second on a couple base hits. We now have 6 base hits on the night. Colin is up to bat, runner at first. Big Coop Sanders, starting left tackle in football, a member of our Final Four basketball team. Quite the versatile athlete. Like we were saying earlier, the 3-game series really puts a lot of stress, and so sometimes somebody will have to take one for the team. Of course, the Vikings gave up 17 hits and 13 runs on Monday night. Coach Thompson picked up his 400th career win as the Wren High School baseball coach. Congratulations to Coach Randy Thompson. He told me when I congratulated him that just meant he was old. I said, no, Coach. That's a sign of success and perseverance to do it for as many years as he's done it for us. Of course, he was a great player here back in the 80s. Played at USC, proud Gamecock. Big-time part of the South Carolina Baseball Coaches Association. Colin 0 for 1 on the night. Of course, starting in right field for us this year. Erskine Siney. Colin kind of leaned into that one, didn't get the hit by pitch. Scoreboard says 1 and 2. Game Changer says 3 and 1. Little Ric Flair there by Colin McCaffrey. Runners at first and second. Designated hitter Matthew Casey. I believe he led off the inning, didn't he, Austin? So we've batted around. He popped up the shortstop to lead us off here in the second inning, bottom of the second. Canes, of course, 6 runs on 7 hits. A couple of base on balls this inning. We chased the starter. We've now gone to the right-hander, number 8. Called strike 1. Of course, Matthew had a 3-0 count in his first at bat. Of course, he stepped into one in the preseason tournament against BHP and would have gone all the way to the trees here at our field. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Of course, Mr. Matthews, a dual sport. He's football player for us, defensive lineman. Really changed his body type over the last 2 years. Looks like a little off-speed pitch there. Misses low, 2-1. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Hurricanes, of course, 1-0 in region play, 7-1 on the season. Our region's going to the 3-game series model.
Hey, now you ready? Let's go. 5-1.
Called strike 3. Hurricanes pick up 5 runs on a couple base hits. 2 are left. Beautiful sun splash spring evening here in Piedmont, South Carolina. Wren Baseball presented by Team Wise Choice. We'll be back at the top of the 3rd here in just a minute.
Thank you to Consolidated Pipe and Supply for sponsoring the Wren Broadcast Network. For all your piping supplies, business or residential, we do it all. Just give us a call. Consolidated Pipe and Supply, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, 864-964-9370, 1727 Whitehorse Road. Thanks for watching the Wren Broadcast Network. If you'd like to become a sponsor, email Austin Tripp or Stan Yarborough for more information.
Good play by Shep Wincop on the small ball there. Vikings, of course, 3rd straight inning. They get the leadoff man on here in the top of the 3rd. Their 2nd base hit of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup. Shortstop and quarterback, number 4, Bo Height, great athlete. The Height family, of course, legendary down in Abbeville. Height Stadium, scene of many state championships and big football games. He's 1 for 1 with a run score in the first inning. Jake just misses with that pitch. Jake's up to 41 pitches, 22 of those strikes. 2 1/3 with 2 hits and 1 run and 1 earned. 2 bases on balls and 2 strikeouts. Hear a lot of screaming going on at the soccer match behind us between the Hamada Mustangs and the Wren C team, middle school kids. We get height to pop it up to second base. Good play by second baseman, number 2, Shep Wincop here. 2 down, top of the third. Hurricanes put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the second on a couple base hits. Eli Swansea, number 2, listed as a catcher tonight. 0 for 1 tonight. He was 0 for 1 with a base on ball Monday night. Of course, we picked him off earlier to end the first, I think, and then we had a throw him out, strike him out, throw him out double play in the second. 3 straight innings the Vikings have gotten their leadoff man on. Swing and a miss by Mr. Swansea. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 here. 2 down in the top of the third. Canes Baseball, presented by Team Wise Choice and our many, many sponsors who've been so loyal to us over the years. Foul ball off the multi-purpose building. Breeze starting to pick up. Our hurricane morning flags are looking good up here on the Cajun Cafe. Oh and 2 count here. Jake's going 2 2/3, giving up 2 hits and a earned run. Whew, good off-speed pitch there. The crafty right-handed veteran, Mr. Jake Hart. No Titleist hat tonight. He has on his team-issued Canes Baseball. Good-looking new hats we have this year. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. We'll have to throw it to first to make it official. The side is retired. They have 1 hit. They leave a runner. We head to the bottom of the third. The Hurricanes are up 6-1. We'll be right back.
I walk into Sparrow Financial, they know me by name. They make you feel at home.
We have our personal checking account, we have our business account. My boys are the beneficiaries of that too with their accounts at Sparrow.
They truly care about you and helping you understand what your best options are going to be.
From in-branch to online, it's personality and relationships. And that's what we'll be there for quite some time.
If you want financial freedom, they got your back.
I wouldn't pick any other banking institution other than Sparrow Financial.
Thank you for considering G-Force for your parking lot project. Each G-Force location is veteran-owned and uses the latest and greatest Graco state-of-the-art equipment with onboard computers and laser technologies for perfect results every time. We hope you'll choose G-Force for all your pavement marking needs.
Welcome back to a beautiful, now early evening for Hurricane Baseball. 6 runs and 7 hits and no errors for the Hurricanes. 1 run and 2 hits and 1 error for the Vikings. Got the beach music playing. Of course, I spent the last few days down in Charleston at the Athletic Directors Conference. I'm ready for some spring break and some summer vacation, but we got some spring sports to take care of first, including tonight's game 2 of the region. Carson Bryant, who reached in the last inning and scored on the balk call. 1 for 1. Good looking sophomore athlete for the Hurricanes. Just out of play off the screen. Breeze starting to pick up here. Beautiful evening here up on top of the Cajun Cafe. Of course, as we said earlier, our region's going to the 3-game series. This is the midweek game here, game 2. Carson with a fly ball to right field, and it falls in. That's going to be extra bases. He's going for 3 with that 21.8 catapult speed, and he's in there safely. Is that the new CB1 for next year? I don't know. Is he number 1 in he's 0 in football. He's the first ever 0 we had in Hurricane football. Number 1 in baseball with a leadoff triple. Hurricanes with a runner at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Carson 1 for 1 and a run scored. That brings up second baseman Shep Wincott. I believe Shep hit one to right field in the 1st inning. In the 2nd inning when we scored 5. He got Carson to advance to 3rd on the base hit. 0-1 on a called strike. Off speed, misses high. Shep reaches on a hit by pitch, puts runners at 1st and 3rd. We'll see if the Hurricanes have anything moving. Vikings have another guy up in the bullpen down there. This is their 2nd pitcher tonight, number 8, Mr. Hodges, who's gone a 1/3 of an inning and given up 2 hits. No runs. He's faced 4 batters so far. 15 pitches, 8 strikes. Heads up, boys. Pop up. Got a great crowd of blue and gold Hurricane fans tonight, and a decent showing in purple and gold from Greenwood, the Emerald High School Vikings. Including, this is their spring break this week, so like we said earlier, but they have a good crowd here for this region matchup. Runners at first and third, nobody down in the bottom of the third. They fake the third and throw back to first. Hurricanes have 8 hits tonight after collecting 17 on Monday against the Viking pitching. Base knock to left field. Bolton Pritchett, who reached on a base on balls earlier in the game, and now his first base hit of the night. Flips the lineup. Flips the lineup back to starting left fielder Max Whitfield, who reached on an error and reached on a base on balls and scored a run in the second inning. 7-1. Scoreboard's wrong out there. Runners at first and second. Nobody down here. Ball in the dirt. Safe. Both runners advance. Guess they'll call that a stolen base for Shep. Yep, stolen base. Runners advance, second and third. Foul ball. One of the Viking players will go chase that for us. We appreciate it. Hodges up to 19 pitches tonight. Whitfield 0 for 1 and been on base 2 times. 2-1 here. Bottom of the third. Took a big swing at it, just fouls it off. Makes the count 2-2. 2-2. Runners at second and third. We see if we can manufacture something here, Austin. Kind of had him fooled there a little bit with the off-speed pitch. A little early on it, fouls it back. Ball in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher to keep the runners at second and third. Makes it 3-2. Of course, Max reached on a base on ball in the last inning. Leadoff man, Max Whitfield. Hits it at third base, but nobody's going to be able to advance on the fielder's choice. 5-3 put out, I believe is how you score that in baseball, Austin. 5-3 put out there, third base to first base. Good play by their third baseman. Pretty hard hit ball, but he was able to field it. Shortstop Grayson Austin's up, 1 for 1. Scored a run tonight, also an RBI. Of course, they had a couple RBIs on Monday night. Vikings get the called strike there on a ball that looked a little low. Umpire's done a great job tonight. We appreciate these guys coming out to Piedmont tonight to help us out. course, a rare game in which you see 2 runs score on balk calls in the inning. I mean, early in the game. Woo! Fooled him there with that off-speed pitch. Now it's 0-2. Runners are at second and third. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Of course, they've already scored 1 run. Hodges is the second pitcher of record for the Vikings. He's gone 2/3 of an inning, getting up 3 hits and 1 run, 1 earned, 1 strikeout. Wild pitch is going to score another run. Shep Wincott getting dirty there, so his mom has to clean off his uniform with that red clay. Or our coaches will have to clean it off. I think we do all the laundry here, based on the 2 big old barrels of laundry I ordered for him back in January or December. Runner advances the third. That is Bolton Pritchett over at third. 8-1 now. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Fly ball to right field. We'll see if Bolton tags. Play at the plate. He's out. Hurricanes being aggressive on the base paths. We do score 2. Nobody left. Head to the top of the 4th. 8-1 Hurricanes. We'll be back.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Greenville, South Carolina market? Look no further than Klinger Real Estate. For years, Alicia and Glenn Klinger have been the trusted names in the Greenville market, offering expert knowledge and personalized service. They know the market inside and out and will help you every step of the way. So whether you're buying your dream home or selling your property, they are committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Klinger Real Estate, where experience meets excellence. Call today and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Welcome back. Beautiful night of some baseball. Big shout out to our man up in TR, Mr. Cody Lane, who's helping us out with some of the stats from behind the scenes. As you see our ticker going across. Of course, like us on Facebook. Spend a lot of time every morning updating the scores from the night before and the schedule for that day. Of course, spring sports are unlike any other time of the year. We may have 3 or 4 events going on. Tonight we just had 2. Pitcher of the starting pitcher, batting second, Colson Marino. Hurricanes lead 8-1 here in the top of the 4th. Marino's 0 for 1. Of course, Jake Hart is on the mound. He's thrown 49 pitches, 50 pitches, 30 for strikes. Gone 3 innings, giving up 2 hits and 1 run and an earned run on that balk call. He's had 2 bases on balls and 3 strikeouts. Earlier in the week, Westside with a surprising 8-4 victory at Lawrence. Of course, Westside benefited from 5 errors and 10 walks. Hurricanes win 13-2 on Monday night in the 3-game series, first game. Looks like in the bottom of the 5th, Lawrence is up 7-1. Is that correct, Austin? So I guess the score we saw earlier maybe was incorrect. Powdersville up 3-2 on Fountain Inn in a big non-region game. Of course, non-region games do have a little bit of an impact with the RPI system we're using in 4A baseball this year. The first RPI was supposed to be released on Monday. Of course, your region standing matters first, and then they seed you based on the RPI second. Our region's one of the best in baseball this year in South Carolina, 4A. Softball's off to a good start here in last couple weeks. Lady Canes soccer won 14-0. They made both of their extra points and 2 touchdowns Monday night. Of course, we debated on, I was down at the AD conference, and it got brought up about doing a mercy rule for all sports. Of course, you know, football has it, and baseball and softball have a run rule, but running clock in football when you get up by 42 points. But we'll see. Of course, the boys soccer defeated Lawrence Monday night and BHB Bears last night. Lady Canes defeated Pendleton last night in a non-region match, 7-0. Both teams will be in action tomorrow night. Girls will take on Emerald at Emerald, and the boys will host Emerald. Come on out and catch some soccer tomorrow night. Softball won 18-0 in the first game against Emerald. On game 2 will be tomorrow night at Coach Lynn Hicksfield. 2-2 count here in the top of the 4th. Canes have put up 1, 5, and 2 in the 3 innings to jump up 8-1. Foul ball down the third base side. Viking dugout scrambles to get that for us. Beautiful night of Hurricane baseball. Hit by pitch there. That's number 15, Mr. Meredith. Tucker Meredith. Finn Howard, first baseman, was up next. He's 0 for 0 and reached on a base on balls earlier. Jake's up to 61 pitches. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Gave him the heater there, Ricky, for the first strike here. Top of the 4th, 1 out. On top of the Cajun Cafe here at Hurricane Baseball Field. Another fastball, line to left field. Vikings have a little something cooking here. They've got now collected 3 hits. I believe this is the first inning, Austin. They didn't get the leadoff guy on. Of course, they've gotten the next 2 with a hit by pitch and a single to left field. Third baseman, Aaron Polly. Of course, you see there the Vikings with the LSU purple and gold look. A school that first opened in the mid-90s. Austin, they won a state championship in high school football in 1998, and they ran it and they won on a hook and ladder play at the end of the game. Of course, legendary coach Frank Hill. I think the field and stuff's named after him. Awesome gentleman, longtime coach down there. Of course, Emerald's one of those schools that gets punished by the multiplier rule. They probably should be 3A based on their enrollment, but they have so many kids that are zoned for Greenwood High and vice versa that they got pushed up to 4A, and they're kind of out in no man's land, so they get matched up with our region every once in a while. Big rip down the third base line, but just foul. Polly's 0 for 1 tonight. Polly was 1 for 2 with a run scored Monday night. Foul back. Of course, the Vikings entered tonight's game with a 3-4 record. I think they hosted a preseason tournament down there. Beautiful complex that they have in Greenwood, South Carolina. Base knock up the center field. Great play by our center fielder, Carson, to hold him to third base. Jake's up to 68 pitches and 3 1/3 inning, 4 hits now. The Vikings got a little something cooking here in the top of the fourth. See if the Hurricanes can battle their way out of it. Number 8, Thomas Hodges, who came in and pitched for the Vikings in the second inning. Fly ball to center field. Carson's going to catch it. Vikings are going to tag. The manufacturer run there makes it 8-2. It's a good play by center fielder Carson Bryant. Didn't even make it close, but the throw kind of pulled the catcher out away from the plate, so we never had a chance. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Coach Thompson's going to say that the runner left first early. I believe that's what he was arguing. 2 down now. Runner still at second base, 8-2. Hey, second and third, excuse me. Second and third here. Jake goes off speed. Gets the called strike. 0-1 here. Swing and a miss. Great stop by Connor, too. Good pitch by Jake and a good stop by Connor on the off-speed stuff in the dirt. 0-2 here for our crafty right-handed veteran. Good pitch. A Hyundai strikeout gets the Hurricanes out of the inning. The Vikings do pick up a run on a couple of base hits. They leave 2. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Your Hurricanes lead 8-2 here.
AutoDose Smart Machine. Like a Bosch. Saving water, be more green. Like a Bosch. Dishes dry straight away. Like a Bosch. Energy gets label A. Like a Bosch. Healthy food longer fresh. Like a Bosch. Eat 'em all, much less trash. Like a Bosch. Live more sustainably, like a Bosch, with many solutions that can lead to a better way of living. From Bosch.
Don't worry, your house will sell in no time. Let's hope for the best. Congratulations! Brick houses tend to make life easier. Building an all-brick home can make all the difference in resale value. Choose brick and enjoy peace of mind wherever life may take you.
All right, head to the bottom of the fourth. Hurricanes up 8-2. Connor Johnson is up to bat. 2 for 2 tonight with a run scored and a RBI. Our senior leader. Earlier in the week was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the Monday night game at Emerald. Game 2 of the series. Game 3 will be Friday night back down in Greenwood. 3-game series, new to high school baseball about 2 or 3 years ago. It's interesting to get the feedback from some of the ADs and coaches. It definitely stresses your pitching out. We need Jake to go a little bit further for us. Lefty Connor Johnson, number 27. Little nubber to the first base. Pitcher does a great job. Hodges gets over there to cover to get the out. One down here in the bottom of the fourth. Big Coop Sanders had a sac fly in the first inning, and I believe he hit a ball to center field between second and center to blue pin that gave us 2 more runs. He's got 3 RBIs tonight. He also hit a bomb Monday night at Emerald. They're going to be careful with him, I can assure you of that. They pitch him down low here. 1-0. Beautiful night of some high school baseball. It is kind of awkward having a Wednesday night game with the new series, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come with a fastball there. 1-1. Hodges has thrown 31 pitches, 18 of those for strike. He's given up 2 runs on 3 hits. Coming in relief in the second inning. Uh-oh. Deep fly ball. It's gone. Touch them all, Coop. Touch them all. First home run in Hurricane Park this year. Makes the score 9-2. Coop dropping bombs tonight on him. After hitting one Monday night. 4 RBIs for this big left tackle and basketball player. That brings up right fielder number 5, Colin McCaffrey. McCaffrey 1 for 2 tonight. Canes have 9. One and 0 to McCaffrey. Misses down low with a fastball, 1-1. Hodges came in the second inning. Hurricanes have 1-5, 2-1 for a total of 9 runs. Round ball to second. Throw over to first. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up designated hitter. Matthew Casey. 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. See if he can get something going. Good-looking 10th grader for us. He also hit a homer earlier this year in the win against BHP Burrs. Grand slam, if I'm not mistaken. See if they can give him something to hit, and we'll see what he can do. Good eye. Another fastball, just misses down low. 2-0. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Canes lead 9-2. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Whew. He was trying to hit that one to the trees, Austin. He just missed. He was trying to do some damage to the ball. Another fastball. Matthew takes it for a called strike 2. Misses outside. Full count. So this is the second time in 3 at-bats that Matthews had a full count. Hard ball to third base. Good play by the third baseman. He put it in play, but great play by their third baseman. Into 4, Hurricanes 9, Vikings of Emerald 2. We'll be back.
Are you looking for a brand new home in the Greenville, South Carolina area? With so many builders and communities, how can you be sure you will get the best deal? Realtor Glenn Klinger specializes in new home sales. Glenn is new home sales and residential construction certified and an expert in new homes in Greenville. So why take a chance on missing out on the perfect new home?
Thank you to our team physicians and athletic trainers for the excellent sports medicine care they provide to our school and community. St. Francis Sports Medicine and Bon Secours Piedmont Orthopedics. Together, we keep you moving.
Hey, Wren Hurricane fans, ready to catch all the action this season? Look no further than the GoFan app, your one-stop shop for season tickets and game tickets to every Wren Hurricane athletic event. With GoFan, it's never been easier to secure your seat and support your team. Just download the app, find your game, and purchase your tickets in a snap. Don't miss out
Of course,
on
you see
any
our
of the
ad for our
excitement.
friends at
Get your
GoFan.
tickets
Austin, I
now
got a great
on
story. So I'm at the
GoFan
conference
and cheer
on
the
Tuesday,
Hurricanes
and they're
to
doing a
victory.
raffle. And they call out 3 names, and none of the ADs are there, and I'm there. I'm the 4th name called out, so I won a TV. 2 years in a row, our friends at GoFan have called my name out for a TV. So 2 of my kids have a TV in their bedroom thanks to our friends at GoFan, and they're giving away free TVs. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast on your big screen TV tonight. Canes Baseball presented by Team Wise Choice and all of our many sponsors. Head to the top of the 5th. 9-2. Look like in some college basketball, Mount St. Mary's is over American right now, 56-48. Later tonight, you got Xavier in Texas. Hopefully they both can lose. Just kidding. I have not filled out a bracket yet. Jake, hard on the mound, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Ball hit the third. Bolton throws the first. Coop's on the bag for the first out of the inning. 5-3 put out. Jake's thrown 77 pitches, 49 of them for strikes. He's faced 17 Viking batters in 4 1/3. Bo Height, starting shortstop, good-looking athlete, also starting quarterback. Part of the Height family dynasty down there in Abbeville and now Emerald. His uncle is the head coach, Coach Mac Height, athletic director and head baseball coach for the Vikings. Bo, of course, led off the game with a double and then later scored on a balk. The Vikings have 2 runs on 4 hits. Called ball there, a little bit low for Jake. Beautiful night here at the ballpark. Jake goes off speed. Three and one now, 1 out here. Jake throws a fastball in there for a called strike. 3 and 2. These same 2 teams will be back in action Friday night at 6 o'clock down in Greenwood. Have a little JV and B team action tomorrow night. I believe the B team will travel to Hannah and the JVs will host Hannah. Have some softball tomorrow night at Coach Hicks Field. We got some soccer at home tomorrow night. The boys and JV varsity, boys doubleheader with Emerald. Runner at first, 1 down here. Coach Thompson making the Bell South call to the bullpen. Looks like David Whitmore will be making his appearance tonight. The lefty, number 22. Good night for Jake. He went 4 1/3. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He's still responsible for Mr. Height at first base. We'll be back in just a minute.
You've been there through it all, from first steps to new adventures, from major milestones to the smallest moments. You've been there every step of the way, supporting our dreams and celebrating our success.
A 30-second commercial isn't a lot of time to tell you that. It's about time you got the care you deserve. You'll always feel heard by your doctor.
Welcome back.
Never hurried. No unanswered questions. No
The
brief
Hurricanes
conversations.
making the
Just
Bell
the
South
personalized
call to the
care
bullpen.
that's right for you. So, although this commercial is almost over,
Austin, you may
we'd
not
love
be
to
old enough to
continue the
remember when Bell
conversation.
South was
Because
even
the
a
more
company,
time
but
that
all
our
those
doctors
years of watching
dedicate
the
to
Braves
you
games,
means
Bell
more time
South
for
was
you
the
to do the
official
things
sponsor
you
of the
love.
Braves bullpen
Centerwell
call.
Senior Primary Care. It's about time.
Of course, I think all the Bells have been broken up into smaller companies. People don't even have telephones at home anymore. Lefty, number 22, David Whitmore on the mound. He inherits a runner at first. Hurricanes with 9 runs on 10 hits. Vikings with 2 runs on 4 hits. Lefty David Whitmore going to give him something a little bit different to look at. Hurricanes in their all-white pinstripes and the new hats this year, they just look sharp. That's a good-looking uniform. Let's get that scoreboard ticker up there. Let's see if we can get some scores around the area on the out-of-town scoreboard. Catcher Eli Swansea 0 for 2, batting second in the lineup. Whitmore misses down low. Swansea's 0 for 2 tonight with 1 strikeout. Height's a good athlete at first. Got to be careful. Foul tip. on a, excuse me, swing there. I don't think he meant that. We just need Whitmore to come in and hopefully throw some strikes. Let the defense do some work behind him. Good pitch, foul ball. Scattered us right up here at the Cajun Cafe. Thankfully, we were protected. Foul ball. Appreciate the kid from Wren Elementary bringing the ball back early. Great crowd tonight, blue and gold. Emerald, of course, on spring break, and they brought the spring break weather with them. We appreciate that. Temps in the high 70s when the game started. Of course, now that the sun's gone down, it's cooled off a little bit. Fly ball to left field. Great catch by Max. Gets the ball in, holds the runner at first. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Bring up Marino. Was the starting pitcher, went 1 2/3 inning, I believe. Gave up 6 of the earned runs. 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out and a strikeout. Appreciate the stats there. Our man behind the scenes, Mr. Cody Lane there in TR, doing the stats and the ticker across the screen. Follow us on Facebook for all your spring sports updates. Of course, some big news down in Charleston today also, and I'm sure you've seen it with the new transfer rule going into effect. High school sports in South Carolina are changed forever. That, of course, will take effect July the 1st. For the next school year. Quite a day, quite a day. 1-1 with 2 outs, excuse me. Height dekes the, ooh. That ball came flying in there. I don't know if it hit Height or Coop or who it hit. Height faked like he was going to take off, and Connor threw down to first into the dirt. A little nubber to third. Bolton fields it, throws it to 1. That's 3 outs, Coop. They don't get 4. Great throw to second base. Vikings strand 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Hurricanes lead 9-2 on the Wren Broadcast Network. We'll be back.
Thank you to Consolidated Pipe and Supply for sponsoring the Wren Broadcast Network. For all your piping supplies, business or residential, we do it all. Just give us a call. Consolidated Pipe and Supply, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, 864-964-9370, 1727 White Horse Road.
Vikings have gone to the bullpen again with number 13, righty Holden Stryon into the game. Good looking righty, throwing some fastballs in warm-up. We'll see what happens here. Of course, the Hurricanes, winners on Monday night, are leading 9-2. 9 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Vikings have 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Jake Hart, of course, was the starting pitcher for the Hurricanes, and he went 4 1/3, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs, 2 of those earned. David Whitmore came in with a runner at first, was able to strand him there. 5 innings complete for the Hurricane pitchers, only giving up 2 earned runs. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Looks like we have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Center fielder, Carson Bryant. 2 for 2 tonight with 2 runs scored. Had a couple good plays in center field as far as holding runners at the bags and making the plays close. Call is strike 1. Carson was the starting pitcher and winning pitcher on Monday night with 3 innings and 3 hits and 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. He was 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. Tonight he's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Heads up, boys. It's right here at us. Ooh. Carson falls behind 1-2 in the count. Beautiful night at the ballpark.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Tried to go a little bit off speed there. Misses high. Holden Styron, I think is how you pronounce it. I think I may have mispronounced it earlier. 3rd pitcher tonight for the Vikings. Viking pitching has given up 10 hits and 9 runs, 9 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Full count for CB1. Ball in the dirt, draws the walk. We'll take the free 90. Get this young man on base. Something's liable to happen. That brings up second baseman, number 2, Shep Wincott. Shep was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. He's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. He put a ball in play in the second inning, and Carson got all the way to third base on a flare to right field. Carson takes off. Play at second. It's going to be close. Woo! At 21.8 mile per hour on the catapult. Uh-oh. Carson looks like he's a little bit shaken up there. He's all right. He's tough. Starting receiver for us in football season and played a little linebacker and outside linebacker for us in some big games. Good looking athlete for us. Just a 10th grader. Misses high, 2-0. Region 1 4A, of course, with the 3-game series. It's game 2. Misses low, 3-0. Of course, they bring in their righty, number 13. He's throwing hard. Holden Styron. Of course, you got to think about Friday night, too, as a pitching staff. After having given up 13 runs on Monday night, 9 tonight. Still have to play a 3rd game in the series. Somebody's got to eat up some innings. Big rip to left field for Shep. Good base running by Shep. He advances to second on the throw. Carson will score. The play was a little bit closer at the plate than I thought it was going to be. But Carson using that speed to score. Makes it 10-2. Bolton Pritchett, senior third baseman. 1 for 1 tonight with an RBI. Also reached on a walk. Made a couple good plays in the field tonight on some balls that were hit his way. Fly ball to center field. Not deep enough to tag, so Shep will stay at second. Flips the lineup back to the top. Max Whitfield. 0 for 2 tonight with a run scored. Reached on a walk. Reached on an error. Got picked off at first. But does have a run scored to make up for it. Going to try to bunt his way on here in the bottom of the fifth. With the third baseman playing back deep. Of course, third baseman for Emerald's made a couple good plays for him. Mr. Polly over there. Ten to 2 here. Bottom of the fifth. 0-1 count. Oh, a little Ric Flair to center field. Throw the third. Not in time, and so Shep advances to third base with one down. We got runners at the corner. Shortstop. Grayson Austin up. Grayson's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI and a run scored. Of course, he was 3 for 4 on Monday night with 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. In his third year of starting at shortstop for us. Good-looking athlete and hard worker in the weight program that we have here at Wren High School. Also a member of the Final Four basketball team. Love to see those multi-sport athletes. I know the college coaches enjoy seeing that. Runners at the corners, 10-2 ball game. See if we send Max here. We don't, but we get a rip up the middle. The run's going to score from third easily. Makes the score 11-2. Runners at first and second, and one down here. Hurricanes have now picked up 12 base hits tonight. Excuse me, 13. Should be 13 base hits and 11 runs. After we had 17 hits on Monday night. Hurricanes looking for their 8th victory on the season. After starting out 4-0 in preseason tournament play. Went 2-1 last week against Anderson 1 rivals, Powdersville and Palmetto. Big win on Saturday at Fluor Field. Came back Monday night, defeated the Vikings of Emerald down at Emerald 13-2 and 5. Lead tonight 11-2. Misses outside. Connor, of course, is 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI and a run scored. Senior leader behind the plate, catcher. Fly ball to right field. Not deep enough to move the runners up. 2 outs. That brings up number 30, Big Coop Sanders, with his Notorious B.I.G. walk-up song there. Biggie Smalls. If you were with us earlier, you saw the bomb that Coop hit to left field. Coop, of course, has 4 ribbies tonight on a 2-for-2 night and a run scored on his homer. Fastball misses just high and inside. 1-0. Of course, Coop, member of the football and basketball team. Don't think that's going out, Austin. A little high. Left fielder makes the catch. We'll play on. Hurricanes leave a couple, but they do pick up 2 runs on a couple base hits. We head to the top of the 6th. Hurricanes lead 11-2. We'll be back.
Thank you for considering G-Force for your parking lot project. Each G-Force location is veteran-owned and uses the latest and greatest Graco state-of-the-art equipment with onboard computers and laser technologies for perfect results every time. We hope you'll choose G-Force for all your pavement marking needs.
Hey, Wren Hurricane fans, ready to catch all the action this season? Look no further than the GoFan app, your one-stop shop for season tickets and game tickets to every Wren Hurricane athletic event. With GoFan, it's never been easier to secure your seat and support your team. Just download the app, find your game, and purchase your tickets in a snap. Don't miss out on any of the excitement. Get your tickets now on GoFan and cheer on the Hurricanes to victory.
Welcome back. 6th inning. Chicken Nugget song being played on the PA system by our DJ up there, Mr. Randall. Tradition here at Hurricane Baseball Field. $11-2 here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Lefty David Whitmore came on in the top of the 5th. Faced 2 batters. Got 2 outs. Tucker Meredith reached on a walk earlier, scored a run. One and 0 count. This is in the dirt on an all-speed pitch there. Hurricanes lead 11-2. Wren's got 11 runs on 13 hits. Emerald with 2 runs on 4 hits. Up top in the beautiful Cajun Cafe. Had the grill going earlier. Three and 0 in the count. Whitmore trying to eat up some innings for Hurricane pitching. Give up a free 90 to Mr. Meredith. Brings up the second baseman, number 5, Finn Howard, who's 1 for 1 with a walk earlier as well. Throws a fastball in there for a strike. You see the out-of-town scoreboard there. Westside and Lawrence have now split their series 1-1. Lawrence winning tonight's game, I believe I saw. What did you say? It was 8-2? 8-2 over in Anderson. They'll play game 3 Friday night back down in Lawrence at Prescott Field. Powdersville up 4-3 on Fountain Inn in the 7th inning. Big non-region game for those two schools. Base hit to left field. The Vikings got 2 on. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Aaron Polly, good-looking third baseman, 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Made a couple big plays there. Whitmore comes with the fastball, just misses a little high. Beautiful night here at the baseball field. Fly ball to right field. Collins got it. The runners will stay put unless we boot it, and we do, but they stay put. Of course, when you're down 11-2, don't want to take a lot of chances. You need to keep the base runners on. 1 down. The pitcher coming in to bat now, Holden Styron. This is his first bat of the night. He came in the last inning. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk. Foul ball. 0-2. This is the 5th batter that Whitmore's faced. 11 strikes so far out of 21 pitches. Ball in the dirt. Good stop there by Connor. Same 2 teams back in action on Friday night in game 3 of the series. Good pitch. Gets us a Hyundai strikeout there looking. Peyton Gillespie, the left fielder, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Fastball misses down low, 1-0. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Little Region 1 4A action for you tonight on the Wren Broadcast Network. A little baseball before the March Madness starts tomorrow. Misses inside. Whitmore, 1 1/3 inning with 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. 2-0 count, though, here to the batter. Good pitch. Actually, it's 3-0 count. The scoreboard was wrong. Now it's 3-1. The old crafty left-hander here for the Hurricanes. Swing and a miss. Whitmore trying to eat up some innings for us after Jay Cart started the game and went 4 1/3. Ooh. That loads the bases here with 2 down in the top of the 6th. Brings up the center fielder, Cody Scott. 0 for 1 on the evening. 0 for 2. Game changer's not updated. Bases loaded, 11-2 here. Hurricanes trying to get out of some stressful situations. Bases loaded, 0-1 count. Foul tip, 0-2. Whitmore. Up to 31 pitches. Woo! Called strike 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Hurricanes still lead 11-2. We'll be back.
Thank you to Consolidated Pipe and Supply for sponsoring the Wren Broadcast Network. For all your piping supplies, business or residential, we do it all. Just give us a call. Consolidated Pipe and Supply, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, 864-964-9370, 1727 Whitehorse Road.
You've been there through it all. From first steps to new adventures. From major milestones to the smallest moments. You've been there every step of the way, supporting our dreams and celebrating our success.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. Hurricanes looking for one more run to send us home early, Austin.
Home run, I'm calling it.
Of course, Big Coop hit a home run tonight earlier if you joined us on the broadcast. Hurricanes have 11 runs on 13 hits. Coop has 4 RBIs, including a tank there earlier in the game. Plated a couple. He also had a Ric Flair in the second inning, or was it the first inning that he had that base hit that scored a run. Hurricanes have scored 1, 5, 2, 1, and 2 for a total of 11. Of course, Emerald started out with a 1-0 lead on a balk call. Hurricanes answered in the bottom of the first with 1. Colin with a little Pearl Jam walk-up song. I like it. Colin, right fielder, 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss. He was trying to end it with one swing right there, Austin. I think he heard you. Styron, the third pitcher for the Vikings, has faced 7 batters. He's given up 3 hits and 2 earned runs. Strike on Colin there, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss in the dirt, but they got to throw down the first. Good play by the catcher. Colin made it close with his speed. 1 down. That brings up Matthew Casey, number 33. The DH tonight, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He's due, Austin. We'll see. Of course, they haven't given him a lot to hit. He's had 3 and 2 counts in several of his at-bats earlier tonight. Off speed gets the call there. 1-1. Bottom of the 6th, Hurricanes lead 11-2 after winning Monday night's game 13-2, in which Coach Thompson picked up his 400th career victory. Looking for victory number 401 tonight. Veteran coach for Wren High School. Hurricane alum. Of course, the Thompson family, a big part of the Wren community. Called strike 3. Brings up Carson Bryant, center fielder. 2 for 2 tonight with 3 runs scored. CB1 on the baseball field. Also a member of the football team. Off speed, misses. All in the dirt. 1-1. Hurricanes with 11 runs tonight on 13 hits. After having 17 hits Monday night. I'm not sure how many we had Saturday at Floor Field, but it was a ton as well down over there. Appreciate the Greenville Drive having us out. That's always a neat day for the players and the parents and the coaches and the community. Called strike 2. Or is that strike 1? Called strike 1. Board says 3-1. Game changer says 3-1. Fly ball to center field. And we'll play on. Hurricanes lead 11-2 here on the Wren Broadcast Network. Come on back to Piedmont, South Carolina. One more inning. Looking for region win number 2. Season win number 8. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Welcome back. Canes Baseball presented by Team Wise Choice. Emerald with 2 runs on 5 hits and an error. Your Canes with 11 runs on 13 hits and no errors. We go to the top of the 7th. Back to the top of the lineup for the Emerald Vikings. It'll be 1, 2, and 3. Height, Swansea, and Marino. Height, of course, led off the game with a double and later scored. He also reached base on a base on balls. Righty, number 5, senior Colin McCaffrey comes in. Get some work in for us. Like we said, this year you got the 3-game series, so it's really taxing on your starting pitching when it's all 3 region games, and there's no non-region game in there this time of year. So we'll see. Our Austin Vinson will pitch on Friday, who's been our best pitcher. Hopefully he can keep it up for us. He got the win Saturday at Floor Field with the shutout. Well, he didn't complete the game, but he was scoreless through the 5 innings when they pulled him out. Colin with a 2-1 count. Fastball misses high, 3-1. Bo Height, the shortstop and quarterback for the Vikings of Emerald. Good looking athlete for him with that height DNA. Swing and a miss. Brings the count 3-2. Top of the 7th. Canes looking to close it out. Region win number 2 on the year. Swing and a miss. A Hyundai strikeout. One down. Brings up the second batter in the lineup, the catcher, Eli Swansea, who's 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. Great crowd for a Wednesday night baseball game. The next few weeks you'll see some Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Of course, we'll have no games during the week of spring break until that Saturday when Spartanburg comes to town for a 12:30 afternoon first pitch. So we have Emerald this week. We have Lawrence next week, where we'll host the games on Monday and Friday. So if you host on Monday, you travel on Wednesday, and then you host again on Friday. Little overthrow there by Colin makes it 2-1. Of course, as we said earlier, the Region 1 4A baseball is as good as anybody in the state in 4A. We really go 5 deep in this region. You know, we've taken it to Emerald in the first 2 games, but these boys are tough and scrappy and well coached, so they'll give people fits. The RPI just released today. Looks like Westside is on top, and South Florence and Seneca, and then Wren is number 4. Of course, not a lot of data points at this point in the season. Swing and a miss for the second Hyundai strikeout of the inning. That brings up the 3rd batter in the lineup, the starting pitcher for the Vikings, Mr. Marino, who's 0 for 3. AC Floors, a top 10 upper state team. Greer, always a power over there. And Lawrence, surprising, they started out in the coaches poll. They were ranked 1 or 2 in the state after last year's run. Of course, they bounced back tonight with a big victory at Westside, so that makes Westside's record 6-1. So the RPI will update every night after the games are completed. 0-2. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Senior Colin McCaffrey came in this inning to try to close it out for the Canes. Swing! Oh, I thought we were going to get this check swing call, but we don't. So we'll do it again. 1-2, 2 down. Hurricanes looking to go to 8-1 on the year.
Yep. Ask you. Yep.
They appeal to first, and that's the ball game. Hurricanes win 11-2. We pick up 11 runs on 13 hits, including the bomb by Coop Sanders. Coop's got to be our player of the game, Austin. He was 2 for 3 with 4 ribbies. We appreciate you tuning in to the Wren Broadcast Network. The Golden Pipes of Blake Miller is going to be Wally pipped right out of the starting lineup if he's not careful. We'll be back in action on the Friday night as an away game, but the next time you'll see the Wren Broadcast Network will be Monday night as we host Lawrence on Monday night. So appreciate you tuning in. Of course, Thursday night we've got a couple home games with softball and boys soccer, so come on out and support your Canes. So stay in Yarborough. We've got Austin Tripp is our producer, and Ethan Mayfield. Cody Lane doing the stats behind the scenes over in TR for us. Big night of Hurricane Baseball, and a great night, beautiful evening, early spring. Final score from Piedmont, South Carolina, Wren 11, Emerald 2. We'll see you next time. Go Canes.